Welcome to Fuel Disclosure, a Moffitt Services podcast. On this show, you will learn how Moffitt Services is pioneering the fuel delivery industry. From fuels and lubricant product news, to stories from the community, to recent industry trends with subject matter experts. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a moment from Moffitt. To learn even more about the Moffitt Services difference, visit moffittservices.com. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Fuel Disclosure, the podcast where we talk about people, partnerships, and stories fueling the industries and communities we serve.
Today, we've got a very special episode. We're talking about country music, giving back to military, and one of our favorite events of the year, Moffitt Charity Crawfish Festival.
And this year, the festival, we're going to give all proceeds to Boots for Troops, so we're really excited about that. We have today on the show Jimmy Rogers and one of our country music artist, Jon Wolfe. Jon and Jimmy, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're so excited to get started.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
And on St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Okay, well, to get started, just so we can talk a little bit more about the event, Jimmy, can you tell us a little bit about Boots for Troops and why you started it?
Yeah, so back in 2015, I was deployed with the Navy on the Theodore Roosevelt in the Persian Gulf, and we were getting care packages from back home, and although we were grateful for the packages that we were getting, what I noticed was a lot of the packages were a bunch of leftover items or just stuff that we really didn't want, right? So I decided I wanted to come up with an idea to create the world's greatest care package because I believe we come from the world's greatest country. And I was like, we need to be sending the best stuff, the top quality stuff to our troops. So that's how the idea was born. And then when I got home from deployment a few months later, we hit the ground running and we started wrapping the world's greatest care packages. This was 10 years ago, and it started hitting commands around the world in the military, and the service members loved it, so it kind of just took off like a rocket, and now we're sending about 1,000 a year. So it all stemmed from me being deployed with the Navy and understanding the importance of mail call and getting something from home whenever you're away. That's probably the single most important thing you can do for a deployed troop, so that's how it got started.
That's amazing, and I'm glad that you're doing that. And you don't only send care packages, right? You also do, what else does Boots for Troops do?
Yeah, so as we grew the organization, we expanded our services. So our second program is our emergency travel assistance, where during the holidays or emergency travel, we pay for round trips for service members to go home to their hometown. So whether that be Thanksgiving or Christmas, and they can't afford to go home. Some service members are married, have 2 kids, so think about buying 4 flights round trip. It's very expensive. So we do that, and then if mom or dad dies or brother or sister dies and they need help getting home for the funeral, we pay for their round trips, no cost to the service member. And last year in 2025, we did 101 flights for service members and their families.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
And then we also we do our Honor Our Heroes program, where you guys have seen it before at our events. We honor veterans on stage. We recognize their service. We give them stuff from our sponsors. And it's a way to just continue to recognize and appreciate the sacrifices they made as veterans. And then our last program is our military spouse scholarship. We provide scholarships for military spouses to go to college or a trade school and learn some sort of higher education. So when they transition back to civilian life, both husband and wife have some sort of education or ability to start a career, and it makes the military family more successful out of the military.
Wow. That's amazing. I think I feel like a lot of people don't know that they know that you send out care packages, but those other programs are really impactful and amazing.
For sure. We're known for the care packages, but we do a lot more than just that.
Cool.
I guess I need to explain why it's Boots for Troops, is because every care package comes with a new pair of combat or uniform boots in the box as well. So we're sending, like last year, we sent 890 care packages, so it's 890 new pairs of uniform or combat boots on the feet of our deployed troops. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So they're not only getting fresh boots, but they're all of these goodies. How do you get these goodies? Like, do they fill out a form, or what else is coming in this package?
They send a request through our website. There's a requested package on there, a form. They tell us about themselves, what they're missing from home, their favorite sports teams, their favorite snacks. And our team goes to great lengths to make sure that we get exactly what they're asking for. So when they open that box, they're like, man, somebody made this for me. It's not mass produced. We've gone to like local bakeries in people's hometown, and they said, "Oh, I miss these certain cookies from this bakery in my hometown."
Oh my gosh, how
We'll
awesome.
get those cookies and we'll put it in the box for them and send it to them. So it's super special.
That's amazing. And how many do you think you send out a year?
This year we're trying for 1,100 because it's our 11th year anniversary, so 11 for 11. Last year we did about 900.
Wow. Awesome. Well, Jon, thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you singing at our event. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and like how you got into country music?
Well, my wife and I live in New Braunfels, Texas, and we're out here in the Hill Country. We've been here for about 3.5 years. I was in Austin for 14 years. Jimmy and I go way back doing shows together.
Yeah.
I've got 5 studio records out, 3 live records, live at Billy Bob's, Green Hall, Floors Country Store. I've been touring full time for going on 17 years now.
Oh, wow.
I was raised in Oklahoma and went to college in Colorado State University. Those are the Aggies up there, by the way. So that's the Ag school. And worked in the oil business briefly for British Petroleum. And BP transferred me down to Houston, Texas, after I'd worked for them for a couple years. And at the time when I started out, I was playing open mic nights in Interloop, Houston, back in 2006. So that's 20 years ago. And there were a lot of beer joints in Houston at the time. There's still quite a few, but at the time I was playing Firehouse Saloon and Blanco's Bar and Grill, and was able to kind of meet a lot of the guys, Randy Rogers and Stoney LaRue, and Ryan Bingham was kicking around at the time, and I met George Strait's nephew, Trey Strait, which I've actually been to his roping a couple times. I'm sure Fred's been over there too, and
You know the Straits pretty well, right, Fred?
I do.
Yeah.
I do know the Straits really well.
Yeah. Trey Strait was my first manager. George's brother's son, Buddy, that passed away a few years ago. So I actually got my start playing George's New Year's party at his arena out there in Leon Springs.
San Antonio.
You remember that place?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I do remember it.
So kind of got started around George. I was, he's kind of been my, kind of what I call my, I guess he every artist coming up has their sort of big inspiration or their flagship, creative inspiration. And George has always been mine. So I got started in country music 20 years ago, and I've been releasing records and songs since 2010, touring consistently, and 3 plays in the Grand Ole Opry and all over the country. And so I'm still putting out traditional country music, and I'm excited to be a part of your event. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that intro. That's funny that y'all had something in common there. And how did you first get to know Jimmy?
Jimmy and I have been doing shows together. So, Jimmy, how far back do we go? We've done a handful of festivals together.
A couple of years, yeah. John's always been very very easy to work with, and just a part. He's just like a team player. So once I worked with him the first time, I was like, I want to keep working with him. So.
Thanks, buddy. I paid him to say that. That was,
yeah.
I'll get you back $20 later.
So
give me a
Jon,
bottle of that Juan Lobo. We'll be good.
That's right.
What's one of your favorite songs to perform live that the fans go crazy over?
Well, my biggest streaming song is called "Boots on a Dance Floor."
I like that one.
Yeah, and I never get tired of playing it. That Girl in Texas was my first kind of breakout song. Another song, I Don't Dance, has always been really big for me. Some Old Bar in the 90s has been a song we put out in I guess it's 2018 time frame.
Gotcha.
So and we got a lot of new music right now too. So I've got a duet with Randy Rogers called Tequila Cowboys. It just came out. So we love playing the new stuff, but Boots has been my big flagship song.
I also like the one, Play Me Something You Can Drink Too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I think that's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love it. It gives
It's
me
a sad drinking song.
Yeah, just kicking back, just playing it, crying to yourself.
Get you in your feels.
Just drink it. Yeah. Heck yeah.
That's great. Do you write your own songs, or do you co-write, or how does that work?
It's been a mixed bag throughout my entire career. I kind of took early on, again, growing up in Oklahoma, Garth Brooks is a huge influence as well. And Garth used to say, just, if you can, pick the best song, let the best song win. My philosophy's always been to write as much as I can, search to find the best songs I can, and record the best music. And so I look back and, I wrote That Girl in Texas. I wrote It All Happened in a Honky Tonk. I didn't write Boots on the Dance Floor. So it's kind of been a bit of a mixed bag. And it's really just establishing a creative vision and a work ethic.
Right.
It's kind of what I tell a lot of young artists, that, whether you're working on your stage presence, your vocals, because it was questionable whether or not I could sing when I got started, but like anything, you work on it long enough, and so just work on all aspects of being an artist, writing songs, searching songs, performing, and working on your craft, and that's really been my philosophy.
Yeah, and I feel like it proved you really well, because 20 years is a long time to be in the industry, and also you've been touring for, did you say 18?
Yeah.
18 years you've been touring. So are you ever at home, or you just check in and repack your bag and then you leave?
Well, it has been that way most of my career, and I would say 120 to 150 shows a year.
Wow.
For a minimum of 15 years now. So we're kind of over 2,000 shows, and I'm not doing as many now. I'm home with my wife more, and we have a tequila brand. So I have cooled it down a smidge, but it's still a lot of being on the road.
Oh, you have is that your hat that you're wearing? Is that your tequila brand?
Yeah, Juan Lobo Tequila. If we were in Houston, we would have loved to jump in and been a sponsor, but we're not distributed in Houston yet. It's mostly a Central Texas thing, but
nice.
It's going really well, and we're excited about the future, and hopefully we'll see you guys in Houston soon.
Absolutely. Fred, do you want to go into the rapid fire questions, and then we can kind of wrap it up?
Yep. Favorite Texas venue to play?
Green Hall.
Green Hall. Favorite country artist growing up?
George Strait.
There you go.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yep. Go to road trip snack.
Go to road trip. Say it again.
Snack like
go to road trip snack. Beef jerky all the way. Hard times. Beef jerky. That's my favorite.
And tequila, I bet.
Well, sometimes not driving, but yeah.
You need to bring your tequila to the Crawfish Festival so we can try it.
He'll do a tasting with you.
It'll be there. It'll be there.
Favorite crawfish seasoning?
Oh man. Okay, you caught me with the tough one there. Whatever you guys are using when I see you guys.
Just say the Louisiana kind.
Louisiana kind.
So real quick, I'm going to tell y'all a little something about Fred Whitfield. So my rookie year was 1990, which has been a long time ago. So I went to a rodeo in Little Rock, Arkansas. A country music artist was playing there. Turn around, go to Belleville, Texas, he's playing there. Leave there, go to Kansas City, Missouri, he's playing there. And then the next summer in July, I show up at Jacksonville, Texas, he's playing there. And so I see a lady go jogging by, and on the way back, I'm sitting outside with a little old junky-ass 2-horse trailer and a 454 gasoline pickup truck, and it's hot, about the middle of July. So she comes walking back by, and she's smoking a cigarette. And I said, ma'am, that's kind of defeating the purpose, isn't it? Guess who that was? Garth Brooks' wife.
Wow.
They invited me on the bus that afternoon, and him and I got to be really good friends.
You and Garth?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Awesome.
Heck yeah.
I'm like,
Trisha, your one? Was it Trisha, your one? Or
No,
just,
hell no, was first one.
First one. Say, dang, Trisha.
First one.
I kept trying to think of her name.
She was too young in 1990.
Yeah.
so yeah, you understand how it is being on the road, Fred. You were on the road for a long time, just like Jon.
Yeah, I rodeoed professionally for about 26 years. So I traveled all over the country and went to Canada. The only place I didn't go was Australia. Never went there.
How long? Hey, Fred, how long did it take you to get your living your plus traveling rig?
She's probably 1996, 97. It took me a few years to get in because I rodeoed like a freaking gypsy the first few years I rodeoed. Had a camper, a Capri camper on a pickup truck, and had a boot where you crawl back and forth through. And so it took me a little momentum. I think I'd had 1 or 2 world championships before I got a really nice rig to rodeo in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So rodeoing and singing, it kind of goes hand in hand. They have a lot of similarities as far as the traveling and different towns and all that good stuff. But hell, I was traveling with George Strait and Roy Cooper one night, and we had left Big Springs headed to Stephenville to a rodeo. And we were in a Suburban with a 2-horse trailer, and we're riding along there, and we're listening to all this freaking country music. And I said, George, we got the man with us. I said, what in the hell are we doing listening to all these other dweebs? I said, George, spin us up a tune. And Roy Cooper, he's sitting over there just cracking up, laughing his ass off. And so George said, Fred, he said, I only sing for money. I said, hell, I got $4 or $5. Let's hear it.
That's funny.
All right, I got one George Strait story I got to tell you. In 2006, when I first got started, I played his New Year's party, and it was a similar thing happened. We were in the top of that. What was that called, Fred?
The Rose Palace.
Rose Palace. Yeah, we were top of the Rose Palace. And they had a band booked for New Year's, and the singer got sick, and Trey said, hey, you want to play for George? And I said, sure. Of course, I was nervous, just kind of getting rolling. And we went there and got set up. And I used to sing a lot of George Strait songs, of course. And my favorite song was Unwound is my favorite. So we played a set or two, and then we took a break, and I was hanging out with him, and I said, George, I hope it's not weird, but I'm gonna play Unwound. And he said, Jon, sing anything you want to sing. That's all right, man, whatever you want to sing. And I said, man, it'd be a big honor if you'd get up and sing with me. I can't believe I did that, because I probably had enough Miller Lite to have enough guts to do that. But I said it'd be an honor if you get up and sing with me. And he put his hand on my shoulder. I kid you not. I tell this story. Put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, Jon, I stopped playing on New Year's a long time ago.
Hey, at least you asked, If you never asked, you would have never known what he might say.
That's true.
I got dissed by George Strait, and I tell the story all the time. I love it.
So did Fred. Y'all are in the same boat.
Yeah, I quit playing on New Year's a long time ago. That's pretty good.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story. We're so excited to have you out, Jon, and we appreciate your time here to get on the show today. But we're excited. We're hyped up about this event, and we can't wait for the people who haven't heard of the Moffitt Charity Crawfish Festival. Again, if you attend, you can purchase sponsorships to get into this event. We have sponsorships ranging from $1,500 all the way to $15,000, and then all of our tickets are sold at $150. And again, all proceeds are going to benefit Boots for Troops. Once you walk in the door, there's going to be vendors where you can shop. Everything is all you can eat and drink. We're not just going to have crawfish. We're going to have other Louisiana Cajun food. So you can enjoy like jambalaya, dirty rice, things like that. And of course, an open bar with tequila and vodka and all of the things.
Jon should get to taste some of that food in the green room, I think.
Yes. Yeah, no,
I'm getting
definitely.
ready. I'm already ready. Okay.
And we're going to have a beignet station, so that's exciting too. Beignet station, ice cream, a kid zone, kid friendly.
Live auction.
Raffle.
Yeah.
Lots of ways to raise money for Boots for Troops and the cause.
Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah, and this is what, the 10th year?
12th
year that we're doing this event. So it just gets bigger and better every year. We're excited.
You mind if I ask Jon one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jon, what do you have any connection to the military in your family, or what does it mean to you to play an event like this where you know that it's not just another normal show, it's actually this event's going to do something special in your community or give back to the men and women that are serving our country?
Well, I think number one, the longer that you've been in country music, you begin to realize that sometimes as a country singer, you think you're a country singer just running around slinging songs, but you don't realize that these songs sometimes mean a lot to guys getting deployed we've had countless servicemen and women, young fellas that went out to boot camp and said, man, your songs got me through a tough time. Reminds me of home, those sorts of things. And so it really has been something you realize that there's an element of service to what we're doing as singers, just as an entertainer. So we've done a lot of stuff with we actually have offered it's called Vet Ticks that we've been a really big part of, that we offer free tickets to veterans to all of our shows. As a matter of fact, they can go online, and on a personal level, it's kind of been interesting. My father, I've been on a little bit of a path recently. My father passed away when I was 6 years old, when he was 29 years old. And I got a picture last year, and he was in his military uniform.
Yeah.
And I actually had no idea that my dad was in the military.
Wow.
Oh.
So I've been on a path recently of kind of unwinding my family history a little bit, and I've submitted to get my dad's military records. So it really is important to me, and I think that the big takeaway for me is just remembering that what we do, as entertainers can provide entertainment for these guys and give them a little piece of home. Sometimes if they're listening to, I've had guys come back and say, man, I used to go to your shows, before I got deployed, and I play your music to think about home, and that means a lot to me. So I'm happy to be a small part of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad you
Thank
asked
you.
that question,
Yeah.
Jimmy. And I hope you find all the answers about your dad. That's cool. I hope you get those papers back.
Yeah, we're working on it.
What branch was he in? Do you know that?
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
Yay, the best branch. I was hoping you would say that.
That's about what we know right now. And it was really, to be honest with you, my mom didn't even know anything about it. So he must have been in, only between 2 and 4 years. And it just came across in an old picture recently. So, we're kind of unwinding that and trying to figure out the history there.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's cool that you can submit works for those papers. So I hope you find all the answers
Absolutely.
you're looking for. And I'm excited to support the veterans up here coming up and people in our active military. Jimmy, do you have anything else that you want to add about the event?
No, I guess if you're watching this, this is probably, and there's another event like this throughout the crawfish season. Now, there's a lot of crawfish festivals happening, but I mean, this one, you get to come have open bar and all you can eat. And the biggest thing is the money that we raise for Boots for Troops. I mean, it's very impactful. So we invite all of you out to come and join us for this special event.
Thank you for sharing your George Strait stories and a little bit about yourself. It's so exciting. It makes us more excited to watch you perform. So we're really grateful to have you come out. And yeah, come out and join the show.
We believe that there's not a better cause going on April 18th. Boots for Troops.
Absolutely.
Sam Houston Race Park, be there.
Be there or miss out. That's all I have to say about that. And thank you, Jon, for joining us. Yep. We appreciate your time. Thank you, Jimmy, for your time. And we're looking forward to a great event.
Yep. Thanks, Jon. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jon. See you soon.
Appreciate you, y'all. Thank y'all.
All right.
And don't forget your tequila.